Welcome to DadMode, a podcast that is the Triforce of gaming, streaming, and dad life in general.
Are you trying to start a podcast with some older men past their age? Well, I gotcha. What's going on, guys? This is Daniel. So, man, the reason why I was late, and I apologize, gentlemen, is because I'm working on a new video for Cyberpunk where it's one of the iconic weapons, but it's the rarest iconic weapon where you can't just purchase it. And you have to glitch your way in there to get the gun out.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's been so much crap that I've been doing to get this video at 1 minute.
Yeah.
And I still have another 45 to an hour of trimming to do before I can finalize it and add all my graphics.
How long are your normal videos?
So my original videos before I got monetized on TikTok were like 35 to 45 seconds.
Okay.
So adding that extra 15 seconds of time is a lot, because if you go past that 15 seconds, you're like, well, people don't want to sit here and watch a minute video that's like a minute and 5 seconds or a minute and 6 seconds. I'm pushing it now by a minute. You know what I mean? So I got to keep it within like that 1 minute. And then I want to recycle these videos, so I can't go over a minute.
Oh, because of YouTube.
Right, because the YouTube stops at 60 seconds.
Yeah, that's what screwed me over with Eyes On. When I was doing Eyes On, I was happy to do it like a minute and a half on TikTok. Like, I'm like, cool, I can do 2-3 topics. And I can do 3 topics in a day, put it in one clip, put it on TikTok, and then it got to YouTube. I'm like, fuck. Okay, this just changed it completely. I'm like, fuck, I gotta cut this out.
And it just cuts you off. Yeah. And then Facebook does the same thing. And it's weird because a lot of people say they're not successful on Facebook. My stuff sells on Facebook, man. People are just loving it. All my old Call of Duty stuff, I put it on there. 200,000 views, 300,000 view videos on TikTok.
Welcome
I'm sorry.
Daniel Flex Show.
No, I'm not Flex, guys. Listen, our conversations that we've had for hours about how stressful I am and how I need to do this. And what do you think of that? Like, I have like you, Blue Thunder. I talk to Pastor Gaines, and I talk to the Daily Dad when he's not busy. And like my struggles of I'm going from like a happy like topic to like a dark topic now, because my stress levels, my anxiety, my depression, all this struggle from where I started to where I am. If anybody really asks me, like a young kid goes, hey, I want to be a streamer, I'm going to tell them, do it when you're young. Because the older you are, the harder it is to maintain this lifestyle that you want to maintain. You have a family, you have a wife, you have kids. You have responsibilities that this takes precedence over a lot of that stuff. I gave up Fortnite Fridays because I couldn't, do that stuff for my son anymore. I'm like, dude, I'm so exhausted. I get this done. I got to get that.
Yeah.
And, TikTok goes, well, here's a $500 paycheck. How about that? For just 4 videos that you posted.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And I'm like,
I like
damn,
that.
TikTok. No, I don't, I'm like, damn, TikTok. You got me again. All right. I'm coming back into the office, like.
Yeah.
And you're like, shit. It's crazy.
It is crazy. And it's tough for guys like you and me, Bearded, Daily Dad, Pastor Gaines. Like, we all got into it in their mid-30s, 40s, whatever, right? And, like, you're right. If I can't put the energy into it that I want to because I have other responsibilities, I wish I was in my 20s and single doing this.
Oh, it'd be a mess.
This would be my life.
I would be the Dr. Disrespect of streaming. That's my persona. Like Tim the Tabman.
I can guarantee you, if I was doing this in my 20s, I would be in a content house right now. Absolutely, I would be in a content house. Absolutely.
Yeah, no place would be safe in my house. I would be a mess. I would be a mess. I don't even know when I would have a shower. What was the last proper meal I had? Like, it would just be Uber Eats and DoorDash on cycle coming to my house, and I'm on camera all the time doing something. Like, it would be a mess.
I would just be like, all right, Dan, you, me, Dad, where are we gonna get a house content?
Oh
house?
Shit! You know what? That would be crazy.
But did you imagine that?
We would be like the Jersey Shore, content. And that's what it'd be. Would it be streamers?
I showed you. Pastilly did that.
But it's
No. So that stream. So there's a Australian streamer called Pastilly, and he's one of the big ones on Twitch. And he did a sub-a-thon that went for 45 days. He's 40, like 38 years. He did a sub-a-thon for 38 days. No. He's married. He's got kids. but how he did it in a really tactical way. He did it at his house, separate. He had his neighbor he's got into content creation there. And then he's also flown up another partnered Twitch streamer that he met through the game over to his house. And that guy's toast rack's like 60, 65, 70. So the three of them all stayed in the townhouse or the granny flat off his house and did this subathon, but rotating. So one could go properly sleep, go do things. Like it was like the smartest way to do a subathon without actually at an older age. It was a content house for people over 40.
More if you got your passport.
He made tens of thousands of subs, right?
He started the subathon I think at 3 hours. One sub or 500 bits would give him 1 minute of content. So if he started at 3 hours days. And then went 45 days.
You do the math.
Oof.
He made more. He made more than I make in probably 2 years.
No, that's BS because TikTok took half of that. I mean, Twitch took half of that.
He's been partnered for a while, so it's 70%. He'd have the 70-30.
It's 50-50 now. How old is that? Because it's 50-50 now.
If he's still on a contract,
they have to re-sign the contract.
Mm.
It's contract. Those partners, even though a lot of partners like to complain, the older ones, it's all about your contract. You have to sign the contract to go down to 50-50. And I guarantee you that top 100 isn't stuck on those 50-50.
You might have a point there, but guess who just left Twitch?
Who?
Nick Merckx.
I thought he was already off.
I thought he was at YouTube.
He went to Kick, right?
So he went from Twitch to YouTube for a little bit, and then got offered a huge settlement or a huge contract with Twitch, and stood there, and I guess his contract expired, and now he's at Kick.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, we might not like what Kick is doing with their stuff, but they're no different than anybody else.
No,
they are, and I'm going to try not to go into a rant about this, but so I've done a lot of research into Kick, and like they sign big names, they throw big dollars out there, they get big names, and what I've noticed in the year that they've existed is it's not doing that much for them, and beyond that, Twitch is averaging the same amount of everything that they were before Kick started. Like Kick is adding people, but so what happens is basically they're not having the same amount of return viewers. They don't, when people do go to the site, they don't stay as long. And the bounce back rates, like people that are on there for less than 5 minutes, is like 50%, 50 something percent, whereas Kick is like in the 30s.
I'll give you another one. They're contracting.
Crazy.
Have a look at who they signed on contracts and who they haven't signed on contracts. They've only signed people on contracts that they know that can break a contract and they can get out of that financial state.
Yeah.
Look how much they did, XQC for fucking Ice Poseidon. Doc only wanted $50 million and they wouldn't sign Doc.
Yep.
It's a lot less than they have. No, but it's a lot less than some of those other creators. The difference between Doc and those other creators, Doc is unionized and knows how to do a deal where they won't be able to back out of that contract and they would have to pay him if anything. So the problem with all these other guys they've got on there at the moment, shit goes down south. I guarantee you they'll be able to back out of every one of those contracts that they owe XQC $100 million for because that's because of the content creators they signed.
Yeah. And I think it's also a problem that they're not requiring exclusivity, which I know nobody wants it, right? Nobody wants it. But what's happened is like XQC, iShow Speed, Bruce, all those guys that have signed with Kick, they still stream on Twitch. So Twitch isn't even losing them. They're just, Kick is paying a lot of money for them. So like, I get it. They're in the news a lot, but I still don't know that I love their business model,
Yeah. No, I think this is.
I'm going to tell you right now, the both of you. I'm going to tell you the both of you right now. Okay. If you guys get a contract from Kick and it's a obscene amount of money, I'm going to be standing right over you, smacking you in the back of the head, telling you to sign. You understand me?
I'd sign it.
Of course, I'll sign it. I'll absolutely take their money, and I will talk shit every moment that I'm on air.
That's it. That's all you have to do. All right, just get on there, get your money, get paid. We are no longer in the business of creating content. We are in the business of making money now. We've gotten to a certain level in our career as creators that we're doing this for an income now. We're not doing this for fun. It's not fun anymore. I'm not having fun. Are you having fun?
I'm having fun with this. I'm having fun doing this.
Well,
that's why we do this.
Podcast is fun, but then you have to stop the podcast, go back to reality, and focus on editing, making sure that the content's there, making sure you put it out at a certain time, making sure that it hits, looking at your algorithm, looking at these numbers so you can continue to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's fun to an extent, but then reality sets you like, shit, I need 3 videos a day for this. I need 5 videos a day. I got to do a video for TikTok. I got to do Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. A kick, now Twitch is allowing you to do, chat and shorts in there. Like, you're like, what the hell's going on? Like, why is everybody doing exactly what everybody else is doing? Can I just have an application to make my videos and just put everything out at the same time, all the same videos, and do the work for me?
So, and the problem becomes when you realize you have to do all that stuff, and you say, I don't have time. And so everybody says, oh, you got to hire an editor, you got to do that. And you go, that makes sense. But I'm not making enough consistently to hire that editor to do. But even when you do, I just tore through 70% of my goddamn profits.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like, you got to find that balance. You got to get even bigger. You got to do even more until you can get enough money to hire the editor to then use your profits, which gives you some more time back. It's a vicious fucking cycle.
I went on Fiverr, right? And I looked for an editor.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted 3 videos. So the guy wanted, I think he wanted like $50 for a 3-minute video.
Man, I got an editor for you.
3-minute video. Huh?
I got one for you.
You see?
I got an editor I used for a couple of YouTube videos. He did right. His pricing was fucking fantastic. Yeah. Like it was 10 bucks or something. But
I'm not worried about the pricing. It's about being able to mimic my style. That's the issue that I'm having there, because I do a certain style of video. I was like, all right, you know what? I talked to a couple of people, and they were like, well, just copy my style. Don't copy my style, but use my flow. I'm like, all right, I'll try it. So I was like, here, this is what the video needs to look like. 1 3-minute video. He wanted $50. I was like, well, I don't want 1 3-minute video. Can you make me 3 1-minute videos? Not a problem. He wanted $50 per each video. I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, so we sign a contract, and then you go off your contract and you give me another deal. And I'm like, this is sketchy, bro. This is like BS. So I went with it, man. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I have not used his videos yet. I actually deleted them and haven't even posted them.
Really?
It was so bad. I'm like, this is a waste of time, dude. Like, I can't believe I went through all this.
No, I met
Nova's like,
I'm scrolling through my Discord because I met Sam through, I don't know how I did it, through Twitter. But he was the only person, I put it out there on Twitter, and he was the only one that wasn't really body or Fiverr-ish that came in, gave me videos that he's made, links to those YouTube channels. Like, he gave me all the information I wanted to know that he could actually do the job. And then from that, his pricing was great. I said, well, how, a lot of them go, you give us an hour's content, we're going to, it's so much for an hour's worth of content to sift through, or 2 hours worth of content. He didn't have that. And when he gave me the price, I'm like, dude, do you want more? Like, is there a limit on how much I can give you? He's like, no. I'm just going to deliver you on a 10-minute video. You want a 10-minute video? That's $10. I'll do it for you. And what? Yeah, it was great. Sammy was great.
Listen, I want to, so I know I'm going to get to a point in my career that I can't use Cyberpunk anymore. Yeah. I can use it for a certain amount of time. I can
about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I need to start migrating towards a universal style of content that everybody can relate to, where brands go, well, this guy can do this, this, and this. So let's ask him to see what he can do. Yo, by the way, Pastor Gaines, man, big shout out to you. You're making some huge moves. Super proud of you. Just wanted to throw that out there. But I talked to Pastor, and he's like, I was talking to him earlier today, and he was giving me some advice on what I need to do. The same thing with Blue. The other day, Blue was, Blue jumps into my Discord. He goes, yeah, don't do that. Do this. That's not going to work for you. I'm like, why should I listen to you? And then I go through his history. I'm like, yeah, this is why I'm listening to you. No question. I'm like, yes, Dad, not a problem right now, So I'm going to start switching stuff up. And my biggest concern is that I know that I'm going to get low views on it. But one thing I've learned from TikTok is that just keep doing the same thing and keep pushing it because it'll eventually start flowing. So that's what I'm going to do. And if I got to start a new TikTok to do it, then so be it. But $20 it was for 10 minutes. So, he
took any amount of footage, create that 10 minutes, and I just said I wanted like a meme style video because I think I was doing a VR game that I got him to do, and he had never done a VR content before. So he did
it really cool. So you challenged him.
I challenged him. He came back and delivered. He's like, I was really happy with this. I didn't mind doing that. So I was happy with it too. It was better than mine.
Just reaching out to him for me and just say, hey, listen, I got this creator who's interested. You mind giving him a
No, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. I keep him on Twitter because he keeps doing bits and pieces. But he was a nice guy.
So
2 days too. That was a 2 day turnaround. Yeah. 1 to 2 days.
Listen, I just need 3 videos a month. That's all I need. 1 minute videos. When I can't make the content, I use that 1 minute video to fill in the gap. It'll allow me to take a day off.
Yeah.
You know, that's all.
You mentioned that you had to cancel Fortnite Fridays.
Yes.
How'd that go over?
So it hasn't. It hasn't. He's on my ass. Chase has been on my ass for like months. Like, can we do Fortnite Friday? I'm like, we can, but I have this podcast to do, and then I have this to finish, and then I'm streaming tonight. And since I'm only streaming 2 days a week now, it's really hard for me to get anything done.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and I feel bad. But now that there's news that I saw on Blue Thunder's TikTok that Halo has a battle royale releasing, not from Halo, not from Halo itself, but from the Forge where they create the games themselves. So a team of people went in there and created a battle royale that has a lot of the similarities to Call of Duty's like style of gaming.
So they're reskinning Call of Duty Battle Royale or whatever with fucking Halo skins.
Pretty much.
I'm excited. I'm excited to get into. I haven't played a battle royale in months. Okay? I updated Call of Duty. I've done it. I'm gonna buy the new game because the game battle royale is shit. I get it, right? And people, rag on it, but they play it anyway. But their campaign games are amazing, and the stories and the detail and the graphics are like captivating. And that's what I like to show people. Like, there's beauty in chaos, sometimes. For example, Cyberpunk, horrible game when it released. But it wasn't about the bad stuff about the game. It was the relationships you built with the characters and how beautiful the city looked.
It was beauty. It was beauty. For me, that game, I played it at launch and I still played through all the problem because it was more the beauty, the technological feat of making me put in this city. And it wasn't the same recycled shit. I was happy to just walk from one end to the other and just explore the city. There's nothing there. And I was happy just looking around. Like, well, that looks cool. Yeah.
My experience was a little different. I said I played it once for 2 or 3 hours on stream. It was also a drunk stream. I remember stopping because Goulet at one point was like, I couldn't drive through the city. Like I just kept hitting cars.
You were drunk.
Yes, and she's like, you need to just stop this. Just stop this. So that was it. That was it.
That's crazy. No, it's crazy that I could take a game that's 3 years old, make some content about it, and watch it blow up. And people are like, oh, well, it's about being repetitive. I'm actually, no, it's not about being repetitive. That's some of it, but it's your style of editing and the information that you put in your videos that make it captivating. You gotta hook them.
So it's about the value that you're giving them, right? And I'll give you context. Your style, I remember when you first showed it to me on your old account, I was like, I don't understand why you're not blowing up. This is
I loved it. Always loved your stuff.
But then I think about someone like Catliente, who she gets probably as many views as you're getting on your videos. She's holding her phone, it's fucking shaky. She has a light and she gives a tip and it blows up. So because it's about the value. Like, you're building value, she's building value. Everybody does it in a different way. So I think the problem is people try to emulate one or the other. Like, I can't just emulate you. I can't just emulate her because, like, it may not be my thing. You know what I mean?
So I used this the other day when I was talking to This is DeRay. And he was, we were talking. I'm like, bro, we are just recycled versions of other creators. We've evolved to a different version, but we're recycled. Everything we've done has been done, and it's going to continue to be done after us because we put a camera up. That's been done already. We're recording ourselves. That's been done already. We got mics. We got mixers. We got this. We're showing games. That's all been done. It's just how you make yourself different is what makes people stand out.
Yeah. You have to be like genuine. You have to be true to yourself, in your style, like not faking it. Like, I I think that's why yours is working out.
You know how many people hate? Well, I gotcha. I get hate. I get hate messages every day. I watched your video and well, I got you. Disturbing. I'm like, well, I got your mom too. So what else you want to hear? You know, like, I don't know what you want to tell you. Like, so
Nug's told me the same thing though. With his let's talk about it when he's talking about the tacos. Nug gets the same thing about the taco. Some people love it or hate it. Yeah, people love it. People hate it.
So I'm going to give you guys a tip. And write this down, okay? This is a tip. This is an insider tip that's been working, okay? So anybody that's listening to this podcast, a successful content creator on TikTok is giving you a tip. Use it, okay?
I'm writing this down.
When you're giving somebody gaming information, okay, and people know this game inside and out, use your character's wrong name, use something and say something wrong slightly. And what's that going to do is going to create backlash in a sense where people are going to use that video and say, hey, well, this is wrong. That's not how it goes. Or this is not the person's name. Or that's not this. My most successful video is the, are you trying to be like David Martinez, also known as V? They're completely different people. Two different people. But I use an Edge Runners reference and a Cyberpunk's reference, and I mix them together. Two of the main characters, two different timelines. Okay. But I use them together, and people are going nuts. Like, that's wrong. This is wrong. That's not his name. Who's this guy? But the video has, if I look at the video right now, okay, and I go to the video and I look, let me scroll up, and it's the one with Johnny Silverhand in the beginning. I'll tell you right now, 471,000 views. Okay. With 47,000 likes, 17,000 saves, and over 1,000 messages based on, people saying, this is wrong, that's wrong. So that's what, and it kept the algorithm pushing.
Yeah.
So I've
had that before when you start a war with someone. Like, I did that. Yeah. I did a Diablo 4 and PoE 2 coming out. PoE 2 was coming back, and like, it's going to take some of the numbers off Diablo 4. It just turned into a war in the comments of people fucking banging on each game. Yeah. I didn't even know that people hated it. I thought everyone was in the same category, just loved the style of game. I didn't know there was a divide in the audience. I'll say, and then you were saying the wrong information. I told Wolf in the past, like, some of Blue's videos irritate me because it's bad information in there, and I know different. And I'm like, I know he's doing it on purpose. It's either he's doing it on purpose or he's really fucking stupid. One or the other, because it's irritated me.
See, when doing the research and doing stuff like this, you're gonna get. Well, I get so many mixed messages where I have to keep going deeper and deeper. By the time I realize I'm down a rabbit hole, 4 or 5 hours of just researching the same thing by like 300 different sources. And then I have to put all that together into a 45 seconds video. And now I have to do a minute of it. It's hard, dude. And I get it. I'm wrong. I am wrong all the time. And I'm like, you know what? I'll be wrong. But you watched my video, you hearted it, and it's saved. Yeah. Job done.
It's like when I do tutorial videos on TikTok or YouTube, somebody's like, hey, can you do something that shows me how to track an object? I'm like, sure. Let me fucking watch a YouTube video on how to do it, and then let me try to do that, and then
I work IT for a living, man.
It's all research. Like, people think that we know everything. No, I fucking look this shit up just like you do.
I work IT for a living, dude. I get it 100%. So how do I send a source inside of this email with this link attached plus a post it with my signature? I don't fucking know. What do you want me to tell you? Like, you're calling help desk to teach you how to send an email?
Yeah.
All right, give me a second. So you got to go here. You got to go there. Click on this. Click on that. Done. Great. How'd you find that so fast? Google. Like, what do you
lazy piece of shit? Use Google.
Listen, this is why I get paid though. So that's my real job right now. So I need them not to know.
Yeah. Yeah. My job is I manage people, so I don't do anything. Yeah.
Must be nice.
Nah,
I'm
kidding.
Well,
I'm kidding.
He also manages the Damn Daniels gaming channel on TikTok. My unofficial manager.
Unofficial manager. Just like every other week. Are you branching out yet? I'm waiting,
bro.
I mean, like,
I'm waiting.
So like,
I'm waiting for that email. I'm waiting for that email. I'm like, bro,
like
let me be your first artist.
I get anxious, like in terms of like that people, not you, but in general, but like they get stagnant. But as long as it's working, you want to work. But I think what you have to do is you have to watch the growth, and when it starts plateauing, not when it's going down, when it starts plateauing, that's when you're like, okay,
start mixing it in.
Let me start changing it a little bit.
So one of my videos hit 23,000 views.
Yep.
So I'm like, all right, well, that's not good because most of my videos are in the 50 to 60 right now. So I don't know what I should do. So, but I took a couple of days off.
Okay.
So I feel that had an effect on it. Yeah. So I'm going to post another video. I'm going to see how that does. And if it starts to do bad or it doesn't hit the mark, you need to behave yourself more. I see you holding it in, bro.
I'm trying.
I see you holding it in, bro. No, if it doesn't do good, then I'm going to start to branch out and try to do, some gaming news content or
what about
breaking news.
Just throwing it out there. Why not something still along with CD Projekt Red? Stick into that open world style one, but maybe either timing's off. If we had more of that Witcher 4 starting to come in, you could move into the Witcher 4, which is the next style from them, or find another open world.
Who the fuck is this guy? Who's this guy? Can somebody just tell me who this guy is? Because where are you hiring these people, bro?
News sucks, man. I tell you that. News sucks. I've done the news.
You took the word right out of my mouth.
Here's some more advice. Don't overreact to like blips in your data. Yeah. Right? Like I've done analysis like my whole career too. Like you want to look at a trend. You don't want to look. You'll have spikes. If you look at any trend, it's always like this, right? It's never smooth. So like when you have the one that gets 23,000, you get to 50, it doesn't mean anything. It's one video. If your next 5 do 23 or 20 and 17 and 26, then it's like, okay, all right. So maybe something's happening, but don't overreact, because you overreact, you overcorrect.
Oh yeah, I know.
And then it's worse.
Yeah, I know. My original TikTok channel was just like, and the algorithm was so confused that it didn't know where to go. Like, because I started off on like positive stuff, and then I did sympathy videos and stuff like that. And these were all honest feelings and stuff like that. But I did that, and then I started doing tech stuff, and then I started doing like Call of Duty stuff, and the algorithm was like, well, I don't know where to put this guy. Like, he's using hashtags and he's using the right formula, but it's so convoluted. Like, there's nothing that he can do to come out of that.
Right. So. And that's where I got with my stuff, because like, and my problem is like, I know that I need to create a new channel at some point, but I don't know what I want to do. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to create a channel until I figure that out.
You should post your OnlyFans content, bro. That'll sell.
Hey, that's the secret. No, so it's funny. Like, I actually want to do, I don't think you did this, but like, I have a lot of content I'm proud of. When I find the style that I want, I'm going to remix some of my old content into a new style, because I still believe the message of the content was good. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
No, I don't know what you mean.
I'm just gonna remix all of my bikini TikToks into a new channel.
No.
It's gonna be its totally own channel.
No. This is the kind of show Bearded.
Our kids are gonna look back at this and be like, "Dad, that was you."
Yeah.
Like, they're like, "Yeah, that was me. That was me." I am proud of it.
You know what I love? I love that I can sense my children cringing inside the house right now.
That's that you succeeded in parenting.
Yes.
My job is to embarrass the shit out of my kids.
As Smash said, he uses me as an image to his children about the dangers of the internet and what you run into. It's weird men in bikinis.
I like what Smash is doing. I talk to Smash a lot as well. And I like what he's doing with all his tech stuff. And I was like, dude, you should make it more about the tech stuff and not as much as you. Like, one of my biggest things were I would be focused on having me on camera a lot. Yeah. And I was like, that's not important. I'm narrating, so I want to show people what they need to figure out than what they need to see. And, I don't need to be on camera as much. I'll do an intro clip, I'll do my pop-up, and then I'll do an outro clip, but nothing as much. And I've done a lot of changes in the last couple of weeks where I don't even do my ending anymore. I don't do like, I did the research, so you don't have to, and I don't do that anymore. Because that's just taking up time from information that
they're not going to watch either. It's unwatchable. I did that with the eyes on. I had an intro, I had a splash screen intro, I had an intro and an exit on all my things, and then I realized that was killing time. I was there for me, but I didn't need it. I didn't need the date. I didn't need to know when this news was coming out. Just cut it. It's straight from boom, 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 over. That's it.
Yeah, it's just go ahead, more. My bad.
I was just saying I did something similar where I changed my style and I did a series of 5 to 10 gaming news videos where I wasn't in it at all, just narrating. They instantly did better.
Yeah, because they don't really care about us. They just care about what you're giving them.
Because they just say, "Wait, who's that old dude that's like my dad?"
Yeah. You're going into a store selling a product. I'm sorry. I'm the consumer wanted to buy the product. I'm not going to go into the store if I know what I'm looking for and ask the employee, how does it work if I know what I'm looking for?
Come back next week for part 2 with Damn Daniel. You're not going to want to miss it.